African Resistance by David, Maddie, Vicky, and Courtney. During the age of new imperialism, Europe tried to invade foreign areas including Africa and China. In this video, you will learn about African resistance against Western assimilation. Many African societies were being invaded by European countries. The Assante Kingdom was an important example. In 1874, the British conquered the Asante by invading Kumasi with modern weapons. Even though the Asante were conquered, the Africans still resisted. The British then imposed high taxes and allowed missionaries to interfere with everyday life. Also, they demanded that Queen Ya Asante Wa, the ruler of Asante, to surrender the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool is a symbol of Asante political sovereignty. This sparked the Ya Asante Wa War with Britain, in which Britain terminated the uprisings. Another example of African resistance is the Shona People. The Shona lived in Zimbabwe in East Africa. They teamed up with the Ndebele people in the west to fight against the British South African Company. In 1896, Zimbabwe Nhada, a Shona medium, planned a rebellion against the BSAC and instructed the people to reject European culture. Nhada was arrested and convicted of murder of a local colonial official. She was hung in March of 1981. Another important rebellion was the Mahi Rebellion within the German colony of Tanganyika. The Germans reordered the economy by building railroads and imposing taxes on the Africans. Rebellions began to arise. The colonial government decided to burn acres and acres of farmland, causing death by starvation. This rebellion was the last attempt by East Africans to overthrow German colonial rule. One major rebellion that didn't end with an African failure was the fight for independence by Ethiopia. Ethiopia was a Christian kingdom located in East Africa. One ruler of Ethiopia was Menelik II. Menelik began to modernize Ethiopia. By modernizing Ethiopia, he planned roads, bridges, and a school system. Also, Menelik had the latest weapons imported and trained soldiers to defend Ethiopia. Due to the modernizing of the army, Ethiopia was more prepared than ever before. When Italy invaded Ethiopia, Ethiopia was so prepared that during the Battle of Adwa, Ethiopia destroyed the Italian forces. This battle for independence was one of two successful African resistances. Although the African resistance is assimilating with Western culture, some of the Africans admired the Western ways and rejected their own culture. The other Africans who rejected Western culture joined together, and this was the emergence of the African elite. These examples are the only major examples of African tribes who resisted assimilating with Western culture. In this video, you learned about the Assante Kingdom and their battle against Britain, the Shona People and their battle against Britain, the Mahi Rebellion, and the success of Ethiopia. The era of new imperialism changed Africa and China to be more modern, but it took extreme battles to suppress the rebellions among those areas. The end.